Christian leadership is determined by spiritual qualifications. Did you notice that? This is what Jethro told Moses was like groundbreaking from that point, that time period in history, especially from what they were already doing. The elders of Israel were all attached to families and stuff. They could be accused of favoritism. They were a certain age. Well, not everybody who is the oldest in the family is necessarily the wisest, or the most fit, or the most unbiased. That's not how it works. Most of the time, it would be given to the most powerful, the wealthy, the person who has the most, power behind what he does. But that's not what he says. He says, no, you find men who fear God. Amen. You find men from all the people, not just your clan, not just your tribe. You find guys from everybody who fear God and hate bribes, who walk in integrity, who people would never accuse of, that guy probably getting something under the table. Like somebody who can't be accused of that. That's the kind of people that lead God's people. Amen. Those with spiritual qualifications. Now, the ones who lead the world's people, they have all kinds of qualifications that make no sense at all. Where I'm from in Thailand, the whole reason they basically had a prime minister several years ago was because he was like the richest person in the country. And they were like, there, he can lead us. And we were like, guys, that's not a wise decision. And he was corrupt, and he was power hungry, and then they had to kick him out of the country. Oh, it was terrible. But they didn't have any kind of integrity attached to the guy. They're like, hey, maybe he has money. It's not a good thing in general, but in God's people, it's definitely not a good thing. Amen. You don't ordain a pastor just simply he's a good speaker. That's right. Hitler was a good speaker too. We don't do that. It's spiritual qualifications, not influential, not power qualifications. Men who are trustworthy, they hate a bribe. Men who fear God, they're from all the people. Number 3, Christian leadership is shared. I think it really is. Does that mean you don't have a senior pastor? No. But it does mean the burden of the pastoral office should be shared. But the great thing about Christian leadership, kind of going from the spiritual qualification side, is, when I came in here, there was no way for me. God didn't even allow for me to come in here and pick my buddies. I didn't know anybody. But I had qualifications. I had the word that told me, these are the people you need to lead your church. And from who I asked and how the church together, we can come up, this person has the qualifications necessary. And because of their qualifications and their heart for God, we became very, very close. Well, that's because the ministry of the Lord was the most important thing to me. Do I have this major 30-year history with Pastor Jim or Pastor Reginald? No, I don't need one. To love them, to trust them with my life. Don't need one. I don't need to have a 30-year history with any of the deacons here. Don't need it. I know they love Jesus. I know they love Him more than they love me. That's good enough. Christian leadership is shared. And it's not shared with all our buddies. It says you pick them from all of Israel. From all kinds of walks of life. You need that.